in the future. No, just joking. So, אז קייל,
It's all good.
את קייל אני מכירה, אני גרתי בפיליפינים, מי שלא יודע, זה 9 חודשים, וכשהגעתי לפיליפינים אז חיפשתי, אני וקייל מכירים מהחברה הקודמת, וכשהגעתי לפיליפינים אז חיפשתי אנשים שנמצאים באותה חברה, שאני אוכל ככה להתחבר אליהם, לעשות איתם מצגות, ללמוד מהם, וככה להכיר חברים. והכרתי אותו, ועבדנו הרבה ביחד, ועשינו הרבה, היינו נפגשים לפחות פעם בשבוע. בחור מדהים, בחברה הקודמת הוא הגיע לדרגה יחסית מאוד גבוהה, עשה המון המון כסף, הוא בעיקרון, הוא פיליפיני, בעיקרון הוא מארצות הברית, מהוואי. בחור מצחיק חבל הזמן, בחור מדהים, גם יצר תוצאות, גם פה בסיקרט, הוא כרגע מאוד מאוד קרוב לרויאל, שזה דרגה אחת מעל הברונז, ובאדם שבאמת יש הרבה מה ללמוד ממנו, ומי שלא ראה, פרסמתי את התמונה שלו, שלה לפני ואחרי, באתגר 60 יום שהם עשו בארצות הברית, ובכוונה גם אמרתי, אני אדבר איתו, ואני גם חייבת שתכירו אותו, כי זה פשוט, הוא באמת נכס, ואפשר ללמוד ממנו המון, וגם כי הוא באמת יצר תוצאות במוצרי תזונה, ויש לו המון ידע וניסיון לתת לנו. So, Kyle, how are you?
Hey, what's up there, guys? So,
First of all,
good
I want to
evening.
say thank you. I know that it's really early in the morning, 10 a.m. in USA right now. So really thank you. I really appreciate your time that you're spending with us. And we can can't wait to learn from you. The stage is all yours.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, hey, what's up there, guys? And thank you, Sharon, for setting this all up and getting to meet your team finally. You know, and I'm very impressed with Sharon. Actually, I mean, I met her actually multiple occasions over the past how many years, and you know, she's always been a joy to work alongside with, and you know, she's really inspired me to really keep it going, and she's one of those people who you want to keep in your back corner, and she's so all in with what she got going on. I absolutely love it. So I'm glad that you guys are connected with Shiran, and it's good that you guys are also part of the Seacret team, and I hear you guys are pushing on to do this 60-day challenge, something that a lot of us have already done already. Hey, hi there, Zamene. Okay, nice. So, yeah, so I could go over a little bit about some of these products so that you guys are probably, because I'm pretty sure for a lot of you guys entering, or if you guys were part of the previous group, or you guys are just new here to Seacret, you're probably wondering, wow, there's so many products. There's like over 90 of them. And it's like, what do I start with? Or what do I do with this? Or I'm about to do this 60-day challenge. Like, what's important for me to take? Or I don't really have a whole lot of money to spend right now or to invest in myself. So what, and this is gonna be a little, you know, so what I need to prioritize to go get it done. And yeah, it could definitely help along with that. So I just completed a 60-day challenge not too long ago as well. We did it 60 days because with the start of the new year, and we wanted to get an event started like right before our next major convention over here in the Americas. It just 2 months or 60 days just happened to kind of fit that situation, but you could change it to whatever you want, whether it's 60 days, 90 days, whatever. But the cool thing is that it gets a lot of people involved in their business. It gets a lot of people trying out their products. It gets a lot of people learning more about how to use it. And then during this entire period, a lot of us learned how like our actual benefits behind it, instead of just hearing it over Zoom and people saying, oh yeah, this is great, you know, I could take it. But when you're experiencing for yourself, that's when you're realizing like, oh wow, this really does work, like people have said it did. And once you get hooked on it, it's just like, there's even like the skincare products. I've never been a skincare kind of guy until you start using it on yourself, and next thing you know, you're hooked. And but once you actually start using it, oh man, you now you're worried about, man, I don't want to like run out of supply, you know, because the products work so well. And I could go real quick as to just like a real quick primer or introduction to like a lot of them. So I bought pretty much everything. So I got like here's all the nutrition line right there, which is called Life by Seacret. So if you guys know about Seacret already, you already got a few different lines. You got your skincare line, your nutrition line, and then we just recently came out with the travel line again, which is cool, which is called Club Secret. So this is the Life by Secret collection. So you can see from, I think the bare basics are like really the shakes and the greens right here. And then if anything, I would go start with if any of these pills, I start with this thing called recovery. So I'll get to that real quick. So in Life by Secret, Dr. Howard Cohn, I met him in person over at the pool party the other day here in Las Vegas. And by the way, it was a pretty amazing party. It was like 2,500 people in the middle of a pandemic, you know, and we're all having a really great time. And at the same time, we get to meet a lot of the company leadership, and we get to meet them in person and get to learn more about our business and everything else, and got to meet our founder as well, who happens to also come from Israel, as you guys know, which is cool. Yeah. So there's like three steps in that Life by Secret experience that Dr. Cohn suggested. So Dr. Cohn, he's a very renowned holistic doctor over in the United States, and the guy is so successful that as a doctor, he has patients on a waiting list for over a year. That's how high in demand he is. And so, and not only that, but he was a prior network marketer too. So he built a lot of these products to not only help you with your health, but also made it network marketable pretty much. So, and the whole idea behind these products is the fact that a lot of people come see him for a lot of health ailments, as we all know, right? But the purpose of these products is to help you avoid having to even see him as a doctor to begin with, to having to avoid even going to the doctor at all. So, and a lot of people have experienced a lot of significant value off of these products already, to include myself. So, like one of the first things as part of that regimen, of that three-step regimen, step one is the shakes and greens. So I take these at like either at breakfast or like after you're working out. So you can take these once or twice a day. This is like 2 scoops of this protein powder and these greens right here. And what I like about this protein powder, because I was just like wondering, well, what's the difference between buying this compared to like something at like a store and get it for cheap? Well, this is all plant based, so there's no way. There's not a lot of that extra stuff that's all in there, and so low in carbs and all that, and not a whole lot of sugars as well. And then your greens. What I like about these is that, you know, it's pretty. It's almost like trying to get all the nutrients of being a vegan without having to be a vegan. Like you can still eat your meat, you can still eat your whatever your diet is, but imagine for all the vegetables that comprise this shake right here, that's over 100 US dollars worth of vegetables to create that same thing, in just one scoop. And you can take multiple of these scoops every day. You can't overdose on protein and greens. So it's something that you could take multiple times in a day. But I take it either in the morning or after working out. And and the second one is your recovery. So it's like during your midday. So this is a pill called like recovery. We call this the limitless pill. And why I call it the limitless pill is because like whatever pains you got in your body, whatever pains you got in your body, it probably does something to it. And I mean, I'm just saying that from like there's only so much things you could say without breaching like FDA kind of rules. But my personal experience, that's something I could talk about from my personal experience. So for me, I'm 34 years young, and and nowadays I have to actually warm up my knees like when I'm doing heavyweight lifting and all that. So I do CrossFit, which involves a lot of Olympic powerlifting and all that, and running, a bunch of other stuff with box jumps and stuff. And so it could impact your knees pretty well. And for me, these recovery pills, I was surprised, like, uh, after taking these, it kind of works more pretty instantly. Like within minutes, you start to feel less. For me personally, I start feeling less pain in those joints, and I could actually do the workouts, or even more so, actually outperform and have personal records and break my own personal records and a lot of these things. So it's not just necessarily for working out, but for a lot of my friends, some of my friends who've been addicted to narcotics, like narcotic medications. They started taking these, and they're about to go into surgery. And when they started taking these, that it kind of relieved a lot of their pains to the point where they don't even need to go get surgery done anymore, or they stopped their narco dependency, which is a really big deal. There's a companion pill over there called Hydro Effect. So you're probably wondering what's the difference, because this actually makes this. So think of this like coffee, and this is like matcha green tea. If you guys don't know the difference, so coffee, like when you consume coffee for the caffeine, it's like a big caffeine spike, right? And with Hydro Effects, it's like more of a slower drip. So this is like sustain you over the day. So I personally take this like in the morning, so that it kind of rides throughout the day. But if I want to go, like, this is like, I don't know if you guys watch Popeye or anything, and you got the spinach right there, if you guys are familiar with that, or you just need like the pills like right now to make it work now. Yeah, recovery would be it. But if you had to choose between the two, I'd choose this. So if you had to choose and be on a budget, there you go. And then also during the middle of the day, they just came out with this recently. It's called Curb. This helps with your diet over here, Curb. So what the whole point of all this is, you take it 20 to 30 minutes before eating, and that helps you not really be so hungry for sweets, fats, and fried foods and oil and all that. So which is good, because think about it, like for a lot of our diet, it's those cravings that we have that contribute. Really, it's your diet. If anything, like if you just change up your diet in general, you're probably going to be a lot more healthier as an individual. I mean, like, if you had to pick between exercising and dieting, the dieting part is not dieting, but not necessarily dieting meaning you're eating less, but being conscious about what you eat is probably one of the most important things you could do for your body, for your energy and all that. And you could see dramatic changes in how your body looks and how your body feels. And Curb, this is meant to make you feel less hungry for, or less cravings for those particular items. Which is why in the world, one of the most popular ice creams is the salted caramel. Why? Because he added salt with sugar and some dairy goodness into an ice cream. So but this helps curb a lot of that. And then and also what they recently came out with is like their Immunex. So this Immunex, this is so the whole point of this is almost like a multivitamin, but not really. It's really meant to boost your immune system, so that you can combat whatever diseases will be coming into your body. At least then it just gets your immune system in peak shape, so that things like colds and things like other common diseases or whatever, it doesn't affect you as much, right? Because you're still gonna get exposed to it, right? You're gonna meet people, whatever, but at least then you won't be as impacted, because your immune system is where it should be. And in the for the greens, they also come up with pill form. So there's a pill form version. So if you don't like taking powder, you could take it in form of pills. And I take these if I'm not taking the shake. Again, you can't overdose on greens, so have at it, right? And before going to sleep, I take like two things. So this is like this would be like the step 3 stuff, where there's one called Digest X. And what this does is that it has pretty much like the micro, man, I forgot what that means. I forgot what that is. But you know, it's pretty much the good bacteria that helps you digest your food. And it's all in here, right here. And also before going to sleep, you could take these booster pills, which help you with your alkaline setting. So what we found is that when your body's more acidic, you're more likely gonna experience more diseases and stuff. And so the whole point of booster is to help help your body become more alkaline. And if you're more alkaline, you're probably gonna be less likely to have cancer and all that stuff. Also, if you like drinking, the booster pills definitely help too. So we call this the hall pass. Why we call this the hall pass is because, well, you got you know, if you're gonna do the time, you know, or if you're gonna do the crime, you gotta do the time. So, which means that we're gonna eat the stuff we're gonna want to do anyway. You're still gonna eat your McDonald's. You're still gonna eat your fast food. You're still gonna drink alcohol or whatever. Cool, keep your diet, and then you use this to kind of help, you know, ease a bunch of the stuff that you just ate, which is pretty cool. And then this combined with this, especially, like say if you like going to all you could eat or whatever, or like stuffing your face, yeah, this kind of helps you break it down. So at least then you have better gut health about it. So those are those three. Again, if you wanted to keep it super basic, I just stick to like the shakes and the greens and maybe like the recovery pills. And then if you want to splurge a little bit more, yeah, try everything else out. Because like once you start taking them, there's a lot of things in your house. So one of the things I think about too from a business perspective is I am my own best customer, right? So there's some things that I take around my home, and I might as well, instead of paying what like all these other companies for all of my stuff, I'd rather pay me, right? You know, I'd rather buy for myself, and at the same time I'm investing in my own body. So so rather do it that way. And I'm excited that you guys are get to experience some of these products pretty soon, and you know, get to experience some of those benefits. And I can show you real quick as to like what could happen in 60 days. So I'm gonna share my screen, and you guys get to see. You know, you have to take my word for it. Let's see. So I can't believe that during COVID, I had a COVID body, a COVID belly. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys could relate. So, oh, Sharon, is there a way I could share?
Yeah, I just put you.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I see it now. All right, so sharing my screen. I'm looking at the other monitor real quick. So yeah, so 60 days prior to the event, the event took place on March 20, by the way. So I was like this. Yes, I had, I was 3 months pregnant. I got my food baby right there. And that was me sad coming from Colombia, because I was in Colombia, just having fun, enjoying with some other business partners and stuff. And that was just a result of just too much food, too much drinking, less exercise, and all that. And this is me 60 days later because of all that. And a lot of it is not only was I working out, but I also alluded to the diet. You know, I ate less bad stuff. I didn't reduce my portions, or I was more conscious about my portions. So I didn't really like overeat, but I still ate like a normal person, right? Like how you normally would eat. But I'm just more conscious about what you put in. And here you go. Here's another one. And this is here's another view of it. So yep, still fat. And then and then now I could finally see. I haven't seen these 6-pack abs in a few years. So it was good to see that again and continuing on that trend. Yeah, which is cool. And then if you want to see some snippets of the party, yeah, the party, it was pretty fun. Let me see if I could pull that up. Yeah, so this was, here we go. Yeah, that party that we had over at Circa. So Circa is the newest hotel in Las Vegas, and there's a big, huge pool outside. It's actually a tiered system of pools called Stadium Swim, and it's up to like 45 degrees Celsius in that water, which is cool, you know, very nice and warm. And let's see if we can play. Yeah.
Give it up for that audience.
Yeah, it's
You can't miss it. Hey, we lost. Someone lost. Real quick.
yeah, it was like we packed it up with 2,500 people, or so 2,500 people over in there, and that's probably one of the largest gatherings we've probably seen in this in this entire pandemic, and probably in our industry in general. And it was pretty cool that a lot of people came out. We all had fun. We got to meet the founder. We got to meet everybody else, and we got to see the vision of what this could really be for all of us moving forward with Seacret. And yeah, super fun.
Perfect.
Hey, Sharon, did you guys have? Yeah.
Can you talk maybe a little bit about the 60-day challenge? Like, how do you plan before we start the challenge?
Yeah, for sure. So, um, so here's some of the things that we've done so that it helps keep you accountable. All right. So you definitely want a before picture, and you take a before picture so that ideally your after picture looks better than your before picture, and hold up a sheet of paper with a date on there, right? Because some people might want to use their old photo and be like um and some people be trying to cheat, right? So but we wanted to keep it like as real as possible, right? And you know, you don't want to cheat this on yourself anyway, because that's on you. But yeah, you know, that's why you saw me holding a sheet of paper with a date on there, so there's some photo evidence of that particular day. And take a picture of yourself, even take a picture of your weight too, so later on you can see the difference in your weight difference, if that's something you're looking to do, like lose weight or whatever. And some of you guys might want to gain weight, you know. So everybody has different goals, and nobody's going to tell you, nobody should dictate to you what's correct or what's incorrect. What's correct is what do you want to do, or how do you want to be, or how do you want to feel, right? Some people, they didn't really have any body goals, like, oh, I want to look this way or that way. They just want to be healthier in general, and that's also a pretty good goal there too. Because just like our skin and beauty products, it's like, you know, healthy is sexy. You know, being sexy does not necessarily mean healthy. You're right. So some people might be starving themselves to look a certain way. Like, no, you know, be a normal person. See, just be a healthy, because when you're healthy on the inside, it shows on the outside. So that's what we do with Seacret, you know, when we take the products internally and externally, like on our skin and stuff. And then once you have, so, and you guys also may have like a private Facebook group for people who are participating in this. Now, Sharon, I could add you to that group so you could see what it could look like. And and that'll be a forum to where people could, you know, everybody in that group could encourage one another, or you could post what you're doing for working out. You could post what your supplement regimen is. You could do what you were eating, whatever. But it's just a group of people just supporting one another. Now, everybody might have different start dates on their 60-day thing. Like, you might have a defined end date. And some people, because you're adding more people to your business, or because your products came in at a certain time, use that. Okay, when your products do come in, that's your day one then, you know. And if it's like 45 days from now to the end of the 60-day challenge, then that's what it is. But at least then you have a template. See, the thing is, the whole point of this is to not have this be only one 60-day challenge. It's supposed to kickstart you into having a better lifestyle in general, so you could develop better habits. And when you develop better habits, you're likely going to be healthier, right? And the hardest part of developing a habit is in the beginning. And what's cool here is, like, now you're using the fact that you have a bunch of your friends who are doing it with you, so you're not alone. See, just like the way I work out, like, I don't really like squats, You know, I'm not a, you know, I think a lot of the females is like, oh yeah, I like to work on my booty and all that. Cool. I'm a dude. I mean, I could have chicken legs, but you know, you want to do bench presses all day, right? So, but but I don't want to do squats. I don't want to run. I don't want to do all this stuff. But I go to a class setting because in a class setting, I'm more inspired to do better, or especially if I don't know what the workout is. Like I just drive to the gym and I show up and you just tell me what to do, because if I knew what's going to happen before then, I'm probably not going to do it. You know, or if I'm doing it by myself, it's easy to cheat and it's easy to not just do it anymore, right? So I took that same concept that we did with this into my workout my workout program. You know, it's just more inspiring it to do it with other people who have similar goals as you. You know, they're doing similar things. And so and people who are going to help you be accountable. They're like, hey, Shadan, are you really eating those fries? Do you really need fries? You know, and like, hey, I thought you said, hey, or hey, let's go to the gym together and let's go to the class together. And what's cool about going to the gym and in a classroom setting is that there's a lot of people of different shapes, sizes, and ages. So when I go to class and I see people who are bigger than me, smaller than me, they're female, or they're old, they're young, or they're, some of them are on wheelchairs, and I'm thinking like, oh, they can't beat me, so I can't be beaten. So I start to, it brings the competitive in you to be like, all right, I'm gonna start pushing, you know, because otherwise, if it was by myself, I'm probably gonna be lazy. Let's just be honest. And I don't know if you're like me, but I was never able to consistently be part of a program. That's why I got fat, right? So, but that's something I recommend. And that's the cool thing about this group, is that the people in this group, you're kind of encouraging one another to through the entire 60 days. And at the end of it, you guys can have a little competition as to see like who got, you know, different metrics, like who was the biggest loser, like meaning like who lost the most weight, right? Or you could do it by percentages, because not all weight is this. Like it's easier for someone who is 400 kilos to lose weight than a person who is 80 kilos, right? So it's like, so you look at the difference and you could measure that by percentage. You could even use this for the business builders out there. You could use the next 60 days to see how many people you could get to participate as part of the 60-day challenge. So that's why we did the 60-day challenge, because it was twofold. One, to get healthier as individuals and to learn to use our product. But second, to use this as a vehicle to join our system, to join join our team. A lot of people into customers, they might not necessarily do the business, but they could be you guys have any questions at all about like about any of the products or business or anything, that I could help add value to
Sorry, I
or
lost
whatnot?
connection. I
That's all good. It happens. It happens. Yeah.
yeah. Do we have a few minutes for questions?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, all right,
Mickey,
Mickey,
you
I
can
see you.
unmute yourself. It's okay. And we can see you also.
Hi, thank you so much. First of all, that really cleared things for me. And so thank you so much for giving us your time. And I have actually two questions. The first one
Yeah.
is there's so many shakes out there, and I've been starting to talk to people, and people are like, oh yeah, but I've already heard of all these shakes, or there's different companies doing shakes. Like, what's so special about ours? And the second one is a lot of people that I've been talking to, they because it's expensive for them, and plus we have shipping, so they're not so inclined on trying it.
Right. No, I feel you there because I also am building an international business as well, and especially if you are in a what we call NFR country, as you're familiar, guys, many of you are familiar with, which is not for resale, or even in the case of Israel, not even considered NFR. So yet, and so it does have those business challenges and stuff. That's why I commend you guys for even building it from the ground up over there. Despite the challenges that you guys are facing, which is it's something that's very inspiring to me. Now, when it comes to products and stuff, I'm more of a business person, so I don't really lead in with product. So that's why I'm bridging. I don't know if you guys were part of. Some of you guys may have been part of World Ventures or not, when once I came, the transition between there to here was relatively easy for me because it was I never really pushed product. I always pushed opportunity. It just happened to be the product just happened to be the vehicle behind it, because otherwise they'll be always in the comparison game, right? Like say before with travel, people were like, oh, what they bust out their booking engine and they're trying to find out every which way their booking engine was better than your booking engine or whatnot. And same thing could happen with in the world of nutrition. Some people would be like, okay, what's this compared to that, or what are the benefits? And you end up, and sometimes you don't even know if they're being real with you or not. Like, are they asking a real question, or are they just arguing for the sake of arguing? So I don't even try to get to that. I don't even try to have that kind of conversation at all. I mean, but for educational perspective, just know that it's 100% vegan or plant-based, there's no GMOs, no pretty much anything like non-anything, it's in there. And and what I liked about it is just very clean protein, and that's something that it's so clean that it's even certified for even Olympic athletes to take. That's why you got this seal here called Informed Sport on there. Informed Sport, it's a very rigorous standard to allow Olympic athletes to even take, because you already know they can't take certain substances, right? So it's approved for even those type of people to take. So if it's good enough for Olympic athletes, it will definitely be good enough for you. Now, if people are so when it comes to like skincare, nutrition and stuff, people are very personal about this stuff, right? Some people got their own regimen, and that's good. I'm not here to go battle against your regimen or whatever you're doing, because some of them, they're just holding on to their shakes like it's their life, and that's all good, man. That's like, it's like their teddy bear or something. And I'm not against that. It's like I'm just from a business, from a customer perspective, there's other people who haven't really been taking anything, or they never had a purpose to do so. So I lead in with the business, especially since you guys are in Israel there. A lot of you guys have to participate in the business in order to get products, right? So it's like, well, I might as well. So I'm in business. So, well, I want to look and be the part. I want to be my own best customer. So it makes sense to buy these products over there. So you buy for yourself. And then for people who want to try to be a customer, there's a 30-day money back guarantee. So and even though it could be from far away and whatever, yeah, they still honor the 30 days on that. And by the way, in my experience of doing the 30-day money back was that oftentimes they just say, hey, just keep it and we'll just keep, whatever. So worst case, they'll have the product and they'll be able to keep it. But really, when I really hit home on that 30-day money back, they're like, okay, well, can't hurt to try, and if they try it, then, and if they like it, then that's a win. And if they don't like it, cool, by the way, there's other flavors to this. So I got we ran out of the chocolate so many times, but then the vanilla is definitely more here to stay. But ever since we've joined Seacret, we've ran out of a lot of those products. We really broke the internet over there because everybody's just ordering everything. But I think the stocks are pretty replenished now, so you guys are able to enjoy all of them. And then second, with the NFR situation or the whole shipping stuff, that's where I come from a place of talking about business first. So I lead in with the business, and then when they're talking about the as far as the fees go, I don't really make it a big deal with the whole fees or the shipping and handling and stuff, because it's like it's one of the things I explained to the new person is that it's one of the growing pains of starting a new business, that that we're trying to get established in a country that wasn't already established in yet. And it's like, hey, isn't it great to be a pioneer, and it's not all perfect yet? You're actually, you're one of those folks who get to be in the real beginning when all of this has really started, and you're part of that story. And that's some of the things like expensive shipping, yeah, that's part of it. But imagine when we grow large enough to where that's not the case anymore. But because you came in first, you came in before everybody else, you get to reap the benefits. This is just you going through your certain trial period, or you're going through your own, your trials with the company first before, so that other people won't have to in the future. And you get the benefits of that later down the road when you're a diamond and above. And you remember these days. It's like, man, I remember those remember when stories. Now you have your remember when story, and now you're the person that other people will talk about and say, remember those stories you're talking about other people and how they started and how they built Israel or how they built the company in general. And you talked about them with high reverence and all that. Now you get to be the main character of that story. You're building that story right now. You're going to be the person that other people will talk and revere later down the road in the next few years. It's like, hey, remember when, Mickey so-and-so, she did this and that. And man, she stuck it out from the beginning and she inspired thousands. And now we're in this place in our business, and all because of her. You could be that person, so that's exciting. That's the exciting thing from a business perspective, and I'm trying to do the same thing over in the Philippines for those folks out there, because they got their own challenges too, and it's just it's one of those where they're going to spend the money anyway. Well, invest it for your own business, or invest it in growing something, especially if you want to be a pioneer for once, or to be around, you want to be part of the beginning story in something that wasn't necessarily, even though you're there for the beginning, it's already a pretty mature company. So it's here to stay. It's just that now we're expanding the reach globally to other countries, and you're part of a mature company in the expansion phase, which is pretty exciting. But I commend you in advance there, guys, for really sticking it out and figuring out how to make it work over there. I was just asking shit. I'm like, how are you guys doing it right now? It's like, wow, I'm really impressed. That's what I would have done too if I was in her shoes. I would have done probably something pretty similar to the direction that she's done. So, which is good.
Thank you so much, really. We have two more questions here on the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you want to, Shai Ezra, you want to unmute yourself and just talk? It would be amazing.
Oh, okay. So it's Zemene, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Shai.
I see her question.
Okay.
All right, so for greens, you could take these separately, or you could take them. Oftentimes, you take it together with the shake if you want to, or you could just take it separate. Or if you don't have to do this, you could just do the pills. For the greens, it's just one scoop would be the suggested serving size, and it says here just take it with like what sit. Oh, this is in Espanol. This is Spanish. Uh, wow. Yeah. So you take it with like 6 out. You could take it with if you take it by itself. You could take it with like 6 to 8 ounces. I don't know what that is in milliliters. So yeah. Sorry guys, I got the American measurement system there. Yeah. So about this much water along with it, but you know what, you can change it up as much as you want to, right? It depends on the consistency or the taste that you want to experience. So try them out. And matter of fact, people got very creative with these. Like some people turn these into pancakes or waffles. Some people turn this into cupcakes. They put it in their bake. You know, they consume it so many different ways. It's like, hey, you know, up to you. How do you want to experience your food, right? Or how do you want to experience your stuff there? So it just makes it more fun. And yeah, so yeah, it's definitely one scoop. And for the protein, it's like the recommended serving size is 2 scoops, 2 level scoops. So 2-to-1 ratio over there. I do it with 10 ounces of water, which is I don't even know. I would say about, so I got this. It's like up to here, bec- and you can make it more watery or less watery if you want to. So it's up to you. So once you get it, just experiment with it. You know, have fun with it. It gets clunkier below 8 ounces. So maybe you want to have more, so it feels more liquid. But it's up to you how you want your consistency to feel. And then some people even added other things to their shake and blended it in. So you know, so you can do whatever you want. And for the booster, it helps. See, yeah. So for the booster, I just did the recommended for. So the question is here, guys, is like asking about it helps one sleep, but what is it actually giving? And also, one can take fewer than 4 pills, as stated. Yeah. So for the booster, let me see the booster. Yeah. So booster, I just take the recommended dose of 4. You know, it doesn't hurt to take more or less than that amount. Actually, Dr. Cohn, he put the recommended dose in there, but again, these are not medicines. This is just supplements. And these supplements, you could take as much or as less as you feel your body needs. There's people who I know who take recoveries all day. There's people who I know who know take a little bit more Digestex throughout the day. Like they don't necessarily take it all at night. You know, they do it throughout the day so that their body's always digesting their food or whatnot. So you kind of do with how your body feels, because since you actually would kind of feel it. And and the whole point of these boosters is just to, it's like a mineral blend that helps your body just become more alkaline in general, or at least your insides become more alkaline in general. And it's supposed to help with your gut health. So Howard Cohn, the guy who developed all these supplements, he was looking at a lot of the different major trends in the health industry, and he realized that one of those major trends happens to be the gut health, like your digestive health. And so that's where it's kind of geared towards there, to help to help you digest the foods that we're going to eat, especially knowing full well that a lot of us are probably not going to eat a proper diet. Even though we know what's, like, even though what we know to be like the right the right types of foods to put in our body, we're still probably going to consume whatever you want to eat already or drink, and you're going to assume it in those quantities. It may not necessarily be portioned, but but the likelihood is the majority of people is probably going to do, probably overeat or overdrink. So a lot of these things are just help to is a lot of these things to help combat that, so that you can still be healthier while you can still be living healthy or it won't like the foods you consume won't impact you negatively as much. It'll still affect you, but it'll probably reduce the negative effects of those foods, and of course, once you start eating more healthier, this is gonna actually help you even more too in your gut health. But I'm just saying that from my experience over there, with these pills and what I've known from other people with that, So again, here too, guys, I'm not a doctor or anything, but I just and matter of fact, when we're sharing this deal with other people, that's something you claim too, especially when you're doing the skincare and the nutrition. You're telling people like, hey guys, I'm not a doctor, but I'm going to tell you from my experiences and experiences that other people have experienced, but I'm not here to make a medical claim whatsoever. Yeah. But what is legal that you can do is you telling what your experience is. And matter of fact, there's a lot of people who had great experiences, which is why people continue to use the products. And matter of fact, you guys already knew that for the nutrition line, that was already an existing network marketing company that was merged in with the original Seacret company, right? So it was already like its own thing. It wasn't like, oh, let's go make up a nutrition line all of a sudden. No, it was like a real company that did pretty well, that made real products, and they merged with Seacret, who was already top of the line. It's their skincare products, and they made one huge conglomerate. There's one huge thing, and then we just added on with recently with us with the travel perspective, and now we're like this Delta Force, and we became a pretty big monster. We're becoming a pretty big monster in the industry. Like right now, the numbers have shown, or like one of the fastest growing companies in the world in this space of network marketing during COVID, which is a really good metric to see.
Crazy. Can't wait to, for all of us to hit ranks and travel the world. And thank you so much for your time. I learned so much, and I can listen for you, for hours. Can't wait to see you again in person, and have a great time and work together and learn from you more. And that's it. This conversation will be online on YouTube, so if you want to share it also with your team, you can also use it. So everything is recording. תודה רבה לכולכם, שיהיה לכם ערב מדהים. מתחילים את האתגר 60 יום ביום חמישי. אתם יכולים לשלוח הודעה לקייל, להגיד לו תודה בפרטי בפייסבוק, גם באינסטגרם, לעקוב אחריו. Follow Kyle on Facebook and Instagram. He's putting in amazing information. So thank you so much, guys, and see you soon. Bye.
All right then, guys, take care.